What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel. My name is JGOD. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the MX9, which recently got a buff in Call of Duty Black Ops 4. The recent 1.13 update did a bunch of rebalancing stuff, a bunch of stuff got nerfed, and a bunch of stuff got buffed. So we'll kind of talk about how this weapon was buffed, my best class setup for this weapon, and I'll go ahead and guide you through my thought process as I play a match. I'm actually going to be using the MX9 on Icebreaker, which for most people would be incredibly difficult to do, but if you play smart, you could pretty much use any weapon on any map. Not necessarily ideal to use any weapon on any map, but it is definitely possible. Also, just a quick reminder, if you do enjoy the content at any point, please remember to hit the like button, and if you are not subscribed, which a lot of you aren't, go ahead and make sure you hit that subscribe button with notifications on if you enjoy the content and want to find your way back. So the MX9 was actually hit with two different buffs. The first one was an increase to its 5-hit kill range. It went from about 5 meters to about 7.5 meters, which is about a 2-meter buff. Not a huge difference in my opinion when it comes to that particular category, but it should lead to more consistent 5-shot kills, especially in those close quarters. And for the other buff, they went ahead and improved the aim down sight speed, which basically gives you a free quick draw attachment. So now let's get into the best class setup. So for me personally, I went ahead and went with hybrid mags, rapid fire, and FMJ. Typically, I am a fan of using the suppressor, but if I had to choose between these attachments, maybe I'd drop another perk so I can run a 4th attachment. But overall, this is the key 3 that I go with, because overall, when you use an SMG, if anyone's running body armor, you're going to be at a significant disadvantage. So FMJ is almost mandatory. Rapid fire is great to reduce that time to kill. Hybrid mags allows you to get those extra feeds, because a lot of times with an SMG, it's going to take a lot of bullets to kill, especially at those medium to long ranges where it's like 6 to 9 bullets to kill. So on top of that, I like the clean iron sight, so I didn't go with an optic. And then you can see for the gear, I'm running the ComSec device. As far as perks go, I just kind of mixed it up a little bit. I'm running Gung Ho, Dexterity, and Dead Silence. And just before we get into the gameplay breakdown, let me know down in the comment section below what best class setup are you looking for next. And that's how I ended up choosing this video. I actually ran a poll seeing what weapon you guys were looking forward to. The MX9 won by pretty much a landslide. The other weapons on the list were the Swordfish and the GKS. But I'm also considering doing a KN57 class setup. So if that's something you guys are interested in, go ahead and spam the comment section with whatever class setup you're looking for. And then I'll go ahead and look forward to doing that probably in tomorrow or the next day's video. At this point, we'll go ahead and transition to a gameplay breakdown. If you're brand new to the channel, this is something I do on a regular basis, pretty much for every best class setup. And the main reason I take you through my thought process is because I think overall it's a disservice if I just give you a best class setup and I don't really explain on how to use it. This is probably going to be one of the harder scenarios because I'm going to be playing an Icebreaker with an SMG, which is typically an LMG or a rifle map. So as a side note, if you have any other combinations you'd like to see, maybe an SMG on Morocco or something like that, go ahead and let me know down in the comment section. I can see if I can get those maps lined up, because sometimes it's hard to just pick whatever map you want. So for the gameplay, I did solo queue, and I knew I needed to play a little bit different. I actually have the Party Rock camo on, so in case anyone asks, it is the Party Rock camo. Decided to go ahead and take this left side. You can see I peeked that first sight line, but it's less than ideal for an SMG. I'm kind of just pushing through here. There ends up being a guy on the left that I kind of missed, and that's just because barely the tip of his head was sticking out because he is on a head glitch sitting kind of in the back of his spawn. I'll go ahead and reapproach this guy. He's sitting there with the Auger DMR. Only needs 2 shots to the chest and above. Obviously, I did that video a couple days ago, so you guys know how strong that weapon is. It's definitely one of those head glitch type of weapons. So I know I'm going to have to approach this a little bit differently. I'm seeing if I can go ahead and creep up, seeing where my teammates are. And as I come around the corner, I saw if the guy was there, and then now I'm just trying to close that distance because I know they're still sitting in spawn. The guy ends up coming over here. I miss a couple shots, but I'm able to take him out. I end up lining up this other guy, end up taking him out too. Took a little bit of damage, and now I'm positioned. I need to heal up. I have the ComSec device, so I'm not able to heal that fast. And then I do hear this little drone squad coming around the corner, so I kind of position myself, knowing that I got to spam square, and I go ahead and do that. Because I don't have tac mask on, I have to adjust for that. The guy ends up coming out. I end up getting a couple shots on him. Wasn't ready to finish that kill. Then I go ahead and jump into the water. Luckily, the guy jumps in. Maybe he didn't see me right away. I'm able to take him out, and then I'm able to get a little bit closer to the enemy team. I'm deep in the water because I didn't want to get spotted. And then right here, you can see I end up getting a couple shots on this guy right here. Take him out. He ends up chasing me down. I do have my ammo bag, so now I'm getting that extra score, which will allow me to get my streaks. Playing it safe right here. I know my teammates are coming up behind me, but I want to be able to get a good little flank. This guy's just right out of my aim assist range, so I'm missing a couple of the shots. He's standing kind of still. And luckily for me, this guy was so distracted by my teammates that he even noticed that I was firing on the minimap. So I come around, take him out. There ends up being another guy. I land one shot, finish him off. Too bad I wasn't able to land that shot to actually save my teammate. But you can see I already got full streaks. Already called in that drone squad, which is essential for a big map, especially if you're going to be running around with an SMG. Luckily, I don't have a hacker on the other team. We do have the little strike team. I call them in, And now I'm just kind of waiting out, seeing if the spawns are going to flip. Because a lot of times in team deathmatch and kill confirm, the spawns flip rather quickly. I know there's a lot of scenarios where I'll run out, I'll die, and automatically the spawns flip, or I'll run out, get one kill, and then the enemy automatically spawns behind us. You can see I'm running through the middle of the ship, which is not something I typically like to do, but this is pretty much the only area that's going to be really tight quarters. I go ahead and peek out, and I know I can get back to cover. That's one of the benefits of having all these different corridors. If I need to get out of there real quickly, I can kind of just dip out, jump in the water on either side, or just run across the map. So if you're playing Icebreaker with an SMG or a shotgun, this is probably the area you want to hang out. The area by the B flag, where the B flag normally sits on domination, is probably the area you want to avoid, because those sight lines are like 30 meters long. You got to hit people with 7 or 8 bullets. Titans going to kill you in 4 bullets, and a lot of the other weapons are going to destroy you pretty instantly. I knew the guy had the drone there. I go ahead and spam square, and I'm able to get out of that situation. I know the guy's coming up the stairs. I got to go ahead and kind of pre-aim, take him out, and I'm expecting someone to keep rushing me. I end up pushing around this right side. I know I have a couple teammates there. I know I also have my drone squad in the air. That's one of the benefits of having that drone squad, is some of those farther sight lines, you're going to get that cover. So you see this guy in the room next to me. I didn't really want to jump in that area because the guy has the SG-12. You can see him on the kill feed. You kind of hear the weapon, just kind of spamming it. I'm like, leave that guy alone. I don't really want to die off my streak. Now I'm positioning myself where I know I can actually push forward. Like I said, I do have the safety of my drone squad teammate on the right. I'm still checking this area because I wasn't 100% sold on the fact that my teammate cleared it out, but it looks like it got cleared out. And you can see I'm kind of peeking with my team. There's a lot of teammates on the left, so I decided to go right. I'm able to re-heal, keep my 175 health, go ahead and take out that guy and spawn, and now I have an additional strike team. I'm gonna be honest, when it comes to the MX9, I think it's a pretty good SMG. I don't think it's top tier. I still think the Spitfire is a little bit better at it, at time to kill, especially in those short to medium range, the way that you would actually use an SMG. And on top of that, they went ahead and buffed weapons that probably didn't need a buff. The ABR got a buff, the Swordfish got a buff, the Rampart got a buff, the Auger DMR got a buff. So the downside with that is a lot of people are going to be using those weapons, so it makes it a lot harder to actually use the SMGs. It's just something to be aware of. Obviously, I'm trying to play a certain way so I can maximize my kills, minimize my deaths, and pretty much just play smart. I don't want to have any unnecessary deaths if I don't have to. You see I'm kind of positioning my team. The guy's running around. He's probably knifing people. But overall, you're going to have to play strategic, because this is not going to outbeat Auger DMR at range. Not going to beat a Titan at range. It's not going to beat a lot of those weapons that I talked about at range. KN, Vapor, all these weapons are stronger than the MX9 at range. So you're going to have to do whatever you can to close that distance and position yourself for those streaks, because 9 times out of 10, those streaks are going to be what's going to allow you to control the match, turn the tide, position yourself the right way. Because a lot of times when you call in a strike team, those are going to be your only 2 teammates on the entire match. I don't really expect my teammates to do well, and more often than not, they're not going to do well. I'm going to need those streaks to carry the team. I'm going to have to put up a 10 plus KD for us to win. Obviously, this is more of a dominant performance because I was able to get those streaks after about 8 kills, because I was able to come around that flank side. Right here, I can see I'm closing the distance. I'm trying to make sure he doesn't get a good shot on me. Strike team's going off. Now I'm able to reposition. And you can see how I use my tack boost at the right time, because right now I knew I was so close to that next streak. I was able to use it at that time instead of just using it randomly. A lot of times you're going to put yourself in a bad position if you use it randomly, and if you save it until you need to get streaks, you're going to be in a much better spot. And as you can see, I miss a couple shots right here while this guy's on the head glitch. I think if I landed one more bullet, it probably would have finished him off, but he ends up taking me out rather quickly with that Auger DMR. So it looks like I have kind of an odd spawn here, because it looks like we have split spawns. You can see all my teammates are on the opposite end of the map. The guy's coming around that corner off that head glitch. I'm able to help take him out. But it looks like the enemies are spawning in this general area. So I'm kind of hanging out here, seeing if I can pick off a couple easy kills. There is a guy in the back over here. End up shooting him, taking him out with the drone, and end up taking out the other one with my gun. And a lot of times you got to be aware of that. The spawns flipped immediately, and I knew there was going to be a guy coming around. I was pre-firing, teammating him, taking that guy out. But that's something you really got to be aware of. When you're playing the matches, you got to make sure that, hey, where did I spawn? Where are my teammates? Okay, the spawn didn't do a true full flip. So if you don't want to get shot in the back running out of spawn, that's something you got to be aware of. There's no way that I should have challenged that. I was hoping that my strike team would get a little bit more involved, but obviously that's why I've kind of avoided this left side for the most part. Most of the other weapons have just too much range advantage at that point. If I'm coming around the corner, if the guy's sitting on that head glitch, more than likely I'm going to lose that. I have to jump through the middle, like I've kind of talked about in the video. With only 2 kills left, I hope you did enjoy the video. If you did, please remember to hit that like button. And if you are brand new to the channel, make sure you do subscribe with notifications on so you can find your way back. Obviously, if you did enjoy the content. And just give you a little bit of heads up about the content, I typically cover Call of Duty news, in-game updates, best class setups, subscriber breakdowns, as well as other tip and trick videos on how to improve at Call of Duty. So if any of that's the type of stuff you typically like to watch, this is definitely going to be the channel for you. I do appreciate all the support. You guys have been hitting that subscribe button like crazy ever since I told you that 90% of you that are watching are not subscribed. So appreciate all the support. Thank you for watching, and as always, have a great day.